Okay, it's time to talk about the vasectomy. The question that everybody's asking me. What was it like? Was it scalpel? Was it no scalpel? Was it scalpel? No scalpel? Did it? What was the recovery like? How much did it cost? Do I regret the decision? All that. I'm going to be talking about all that in this video. My wife is here to fill in any gaps because there was a bit in the vasectomy procedure where I wasn't quite of my own mind, and we'll get to that. But first of all, we went to a urologist in Northern California in, I think, November, and sat down, made an appointment, talked to him, and he asked us both if we wanted kids. We said no, and that was it. It was easy. It was very, very simple. I was 26 at the time, and there was no, "Are you sure you don't want to change your mind?" There was no, big, long lectures. So we made the appointment for January. Now, there had to be a 30-day gap between making the appointment or getting the consultation and making the appointment date, because it goes from idea to reality. This is a life-changing decision. I mean, not really for us. We've child-free up until the vasectomy and up, since. But for a lot of people, this is a very serious life-changing decision. So they give you 30 days to think about it now that it's actually happening. And then the 30 days came up, January 3rd or 6th or whatever. And I went in and went to the doctor. My wife had to come with me to drive me home. And she waited in the waiting room while I went in. And I went back there, and the doctor was back there, closed the door, stripped down, got in their little, the gown with the opening in the back, always flattering. Unfortunately, I was a bad boy. I didn't do my research, and I assumed that they were going to make the 2 incisions in the lower abdomen area because I'd seen diagrams of where the vas deferens tubes were. I was wrong. And as I was in there, on the table, naked, the doctor is prepping the area. I find out he's gonna make the incision in my balls. My fault. And with that fresh knowledge, I didn't panic. It didn't change my mind at all. But when I did lay down, he stuck a needle in my arm and injected me with something that made me instantly high. It felt good, and it was fast acting. And the reason for that is so, it's a very sensitive area down there. He didn't want me jumping and him gouging anything down there. So it helped with the reactions a bit. So I laid down, he gave me a shot in the arm, the happy shot, I'll call it. And he got to work. He injected both of my testicles with numbing solution, made the incisions in each, pulled the vas deferens out, cut them, put them back in, and closed the incision with stitches. And I didn't feel any of it. I was, like I said, I was high as a kite. And I went out, and we were warned by some research that we did that you would need a jock strap and frozen peas. Why frozen peas instead of like an ice pack or an ice bag? It's because the peas are form-fitting. They will conform to the shape of whatever it is down there, and it worked very, very well. So we went out. We paid them. They gave us a little discount because we were paying cash. We didn't have insurance. It was about what, $1,200?
Between $1,200 and $1,300.
Yeah, so about around $1,200. And it was like I said, cash. We didn't have insurance at the time, but it was the best money I ever spent. So we got in the car, went home. I don't remember anything about the trip home. I don't even remember getting in and out of the car. But we got home, got the jock strap, put the peas in it. I put it on, and laid on the couch for a day. And there was a little bit of want to say leakage, I guess is the best term to use for it, out of the incisions in both of my boys. But other than that, it was fine. It was a little bit uncomfortable. The frozen peas did a great job. We did several bags, alternating, one in the freezer, one on me, and then when they would thaw, switch them out for the fresh bag, and it worked. It really, there was hardly any swelling. There was a little bit of discomfort, but that was, everything was starting to wear off about the second day, and it was a little uncomfortable, and walking was awkward. I was walking like a cowboy, sitting on the saddle too long. But it wasn't an unpleasant experience. It was, it's just like healing from any other surgery. You take it easy, you sit on the couch. They say the recovery should take about like 5 to 7 days to where you're like walking normally again and all that stuff. But yeah, I sat on the couch for the first day, laid on the couch, slept on the couch. And the second day I was actually like got up and started walking around and sat on my computer desk to write about it to a forum I was a part of, and everything. People seemed to be pretty interested in it. It wasn't a child-free board, but when people heard about me getting a vasectomy, they're like, "Oh, hey, how you doing? How did it go? Give me the details." So I did, and third day, a little bit every day. Third day, fourth day, fifth day. I think on like the 6th or 7th day, I was walking around normally. I was still walking around kind of weird because it wasn't really that it was painful or uncomfortable. It was more the fear of pain because, like I said, that's a very sensitive area. So yeah, that's it. There were a couple of little tiny scars on both sides down there. But you can't really, you can't see them. Nobody can really see them. But as far as feelings go down there, ejaculation feels like it did before the vasectomy. Sex feels just like it did before the vasectomy. The rumors I've heard. Oh God, the rumors I've heard about. Do you feel like a man? Do you feel like less of a man? No, I don't. I really don't. I feel a sense of freedom. I can have carefree sex for the rest of my life. I don't ever have to worry about pregnancy. I don't ever have to worry about some girl coming up to me and saying, "Oh my God, I'm pregnant with your baby. I've got a little surprise for you." But yeah, after the procedure, I did a schedule, I think, was it 3 months afterwards?
Yeah.
3 months to go to a medical lab to do a sperm count, and it was post-vasectomy, and I got a call about a week and a half later to tell me that it's from my urologist saying it's all clear, meaning no more sperm. So yeah, like I said, it feels the same, it looks the same. There's no difference. The only difference now is that I cannot get anybody pregnant. That's it. Any questions? Any concerns? Anything else you got for me? Post it in the comments or send me a message. childfreeguy@gmail.com. Let me know. Bye.